and wildlife training for the night. My name is Emily Scatterday.
And I'm Sarah Drivas, and we're sorry for the change of plans, but Emily and I have put together a nice little training video for tonight, so we hope you enjoy that.
Feel free to settle in and grab some popcorn and a drink. We've got a long night of training, a compilation of topics coming straight from the Young Life Senior Leadership Team, and a few questions, comments, and concerns that you guys have brought up throughout the year.
Yeah, so let's get started. Why don't you pull out your notebooks and your pens, and let's dive on in. Okay, to start off for our training tonight, the first thing we're going to talk about is something that everyone should know how to do, but there's probably only one person on your team that really knows everything. Do you know what I'm talking about, Em?
Totally. Raise your hand if you are that one person on your team who sets up the sound system each club night.
Thank you to that one person. Thank you. Thank you, really. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we're going to go through right now how to set up the sound system. Go ahead and take out your notebooks if you feel like this is something you have a hard time remembering, and take notes as necessary. And Em and I are going to walk you through it.
Sounds good, Sarah. Let's go.
Okay. Come on, guys.
All right, Sarah. So here we have all of the electronic equipment that we might use on any given club night. And we're going to start with our speaker sound system right here. First things first, we need to take the speakers off of the motherboard here. And so how would you do that, Sarah?
Okay, if you can see right here, there's two little red tabs. You want to make sure that you pull up on those red tabs to release. And I know you can't see the other side, but there's two more exactly the same that we're going to release. And then your speakers are free and clear to be pulled off of the motherboard. If you're a Harbacoa leader, you're going to attach these right on top of one of your speaker stands. But Em?
And if you're a Santiago leader, we just put them right there on the floor. So just carefully set it down.
Okay, so we're going to set these off to the side. And then we're going to need to start hooking up our cords. Oh, but Em, there's one thing that leaders often forget.
There's a little trick on the back of the motherboard. There is a secret compartment. Oftentimes, microphones or other cords are kept back there. So make sure if you're missing any cords that you check there first.
Perfect. All right, and then we're just going to turn this around. And this is where we're going to plug in most of our cords, right here on the motherboard, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start taking out some of the cords and see what we got here. Okay, so before we get to all the front business, we need to look at the back and make sure we know how to get power to our motherboard. So this right here is the power cord, and you're going to plug this little end in right back here underneath. And once you have that plugged in, you can go ahead and plug this one into the wall. Okay.
All right, so next we need to plug our speakers into our motherboard. These are the speaker cords. They have red ends on both sides. And you plug one end into this right here, and there's one labeled right and one labeled left. This one is for the right speaker, and the other one is for the left speaker. And then you plug them directly into the front of the speaker.
All right. Just like that, Em?
Just like that, Sarah.
Perfect. All right, next up we're going to talk about the microphones. You're going to take this end right here that has the little prongy things on it, and you're going to stick that into mic number 1. After you have that connected, you'll be able to control the volume right here with the number 1. And then you're just going to attach your microphone to the end of this. And you're going to want to make sure that all the things are lined up, and it'll slide right in and you're ready to go. And just make sure that you flip the on switch when you're ready to talk into it.
Alright, next we have to plug the cable in that connects the sound system to the iPod or computer that you're using to control the music during club. It might be a little bit different depending on if you're in Jarabacoa or in Santiago because we have different cables, but the gist is the same for each. Here you want to connect the red with the red and the white with the white here on the sound system. Red with the red, white with the white. And then you take this guy and you plug it right here into your iPod.
Okay, the last thing we're going to need to do is make sure that our projector is connected correctly for the evening. So the first thing is to make sure that our power cord is in there. It looks very similar to the sound system one. We're going to take this in and plug it in right to the back of the projector. And then this side goes into the wall, of course. Okay. And then you're going to need to connect your projector to your computer of choice. Now, if you're using a PC, all you need is a cord that looks like this. If you're using a Mac, you're going to need a little adapter that goes on the end of one end to go into your computer. So you're just going to take one of these and plug it right in back here where the blue part is. And just turn those so that it connects. And then this side will go right into your computer. And you're done. And you're ready for club. Alright, next up we're going to talk about correct Bible usage for club talks. And you might think that choosing your family Bible for your club talk would be a good option, but really for your club kids, the size of this Bible can be intimidating, and for you it's heavy and uncomfortable to use. So really there are better options out there.
Yeah, you might think about going in the complete opposite direction and picking up your Kindle or your iPad. You look cool in front of kids, and it's also lightweight and easy to use, but I'm not sure that that's the correct way to do it either.
No, and along those same lines, you might have an iPad or an iPhone, or if you're like Katie, you have a BlackBerry, and you might think that that's great to use because you can have your notes and your Bible and everything all in one, but really, there are better options out there. And one of those is this nice little pocket Bible. And what are the dimensions of this, would you think?
I'd say about 4 by 6 inches.
Okay.
About.
And so when you're thinking of your next club talk, we want to make sure that our Bible dimensions are right around that, 4 to 6 inches, maybe 1.5 to 2 inches thick.
Yeah.
And if you can hit those dimensions, then you'll be greatly set up for your next club talk.
So going along with the appropriate Bible usage during club talks, I wanted to talk about how we stand when we give messages in front of kids. First off, you notice that I'm wearing sunglasses. Probably not a good idea. We want to model vulnerability with our kids, and we want to be present. So I'm not even going to have these sunglasses on my head. I'm going to just be up in front of kids, just me. Like Sarah talked about, I'm going to use a small pocket-sized Bible that can fit in my hand and that won't wear out my arm in my 10-minute, 8 to 12-minute talk. Alright, so in addition, we want to have an open, welcoming posture when we talk to kids. We don't want to be moving around the whole time, but you can move a little bit. You can also sit down if that's more comfortable for you, but don't be closed. Be a little bit open. Model that vulnerability. Also, eye contact is super important. Make sure you're making eye contact with everyone in the room.
Okay, so that concludes the club talk portion of our video training tonight. These are just a few pointers to really help you earn the right to be heard with kids at your club. Thanks for listening for this portion of the video. Our next topic that we'll be going over.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Sorry that my cell phone just went off, but speaking of cell phones going off while someone is speaking, just a reminder that our cell phones should also be off, both kids and leaders, when a leader is up in front giving a message during club. We just want to be an example and really respect and listen to that leader because that can matter. So thank you.
Okay guys, so our next topic is going to help you avoid some of those awkward situations at club. When a high school kid of the opposite sex enters in, you want to know how to greet them appropriately. So we're going to give you a few tips on how to do that. In this culture, a kiss on the cheek is usually the way to go, but if you can avoid it, there are some better options out there. Okay, so the first greeting you might want to try out is the machuca, a fan favorite here. Or if you'd rather, a high five is also a good option. And then there's those awkward moments where a kid walks in and wants a full frontal hug. But really you can avoid that with the quick side hug and still make the kid feel welcome.
Okay guys, so for our next bit of training, we're going to cover club safety. This may sound a little bit ridiculous, but we have been having earthquakes here in this Dominican Republic region. And so we just wanted to go over a few safety rules in case of emergency at club or campaigners.
And like in any emergency situation, our number one rule is to always be prepared. And so that, for us, for earthquakes, you might want to have a helmet or a headlamp on hand. You also might want to have some kind of food on hand that could feed a lot of people that won't go bad, like these granola bars, for yourself, your leaders, your kids, enough to go around. Also, it's not a bad idea to have a botellón full of water that can provide water for a lot of people.
That's a great idea. Rule number 2 is sturdy shoes. Going along with being prepared, you always want to be ready in your shoe situation. So you want to wear maybe closed-toed shoes like what I'm wearing, or like Sarah's wearing, sturdy sandals in case rocks are falling or you need to run. These are the shoes that will help you out.
Yeah, and if you need to run, you always want to know your exits. You want to be able to get out quickly, and so knowing the best places to exit are
kind of
really
surveying
important.
the layout of the building and knowing is just a major part of this training section.
Training? This isn't training, this is boring.
Seriously, guys, I'm not even cool, and I know that this is lame with a capital loser.
This is the best thing you could find to do on a Saturday night. Stupid.
I cannot even believe that you guys are letting them put you guys through this on your weekend. I'm sorry, guys.
So we got something better planned for
That's
you.
right,
We got
that's
some
right.
good eats.
Listen
We got
up,
some
listen
good
up.
treats. So you're gonna get in your car and you're gonna drive up the mountain.
Or maybe down the mountain, depending on where you are coming from, so...
And we got something good for you. We'll see you in a little
It's
bit.
gonna be a celebration!